Okay, I'm seeing everything. All right. So thank you guys for watching my presentation. So I am Silas. I'm from Federal University in Rio de Janeiro. My work is a part of my thesis, my doctoral research, and is about comparison between the data from Brazilian and American communities in Facebook about depression, the depressive disorder, not disorder. So this work is made with Professor Jonice, is on my left, and Professor Mônica, both from UFRJ. So this is a view of one building of our university. So you are all welcome to discuss about the paper, about this work, or other works. So I will really appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can ask me as well. So the context of this work is about depressive disorder. So depression, as commonly used the term, is the term, and it's in the prior work, in the prior presentation, we have the same data about how many people are affected by depressive disorder or depression. So around 300 million people by the World Health Organization are affected by depression, but specifically in Brazil, the health ministry estimates around 11 million people, more than 11 million people affected by depression. And this data is in a scenario before the COVID-19 pandemic. So after that, this number is worse. So our motivation to study this scenario, to investigate this scenario, is the use of technology as a monitoring tool, and it's essential today to use data from different sources like social media to investigate what people are saying, what people are thinking, because people are always pushing their data, their thoughts, their impressions about their lives in the social media. So it's very common to see a complaining in social media or complaining about a problem, a life problem, so as well about health problems. So identifying symptoms related to depressive disorders, we did a prior study to understand what kind of information are really important in the clinical scenario. We did a study to investigate that with psychologists and health professionals. So we did discover that the textual information is one of the most important informations about when someone is talking about depression, about their lives. So the identification process involves challenges such as correlating the signs of symptoms of depressive disorders from the clinical environment, where we can have also a lot of data from social media. So the correlation between the clinical data and social media data is really a challenge. So one of the motivations also is the language in a textual shape. So another research areas study language. So psychology study language, the health area study language, and the language is a very important data and information where we can find information about the mind of someone. So if you are not really well, you express yourself with your language, textual language in the case, but also in your speaking and how you act in the day. So our objectives are the operationalization. That's a hard word. So how to use different tools and combine them to analyze data from social media and analyze textual data to find informative information. So we apply textual analysis through psychological variables to understand and identify patterns within the text used by these communities, used by depressive communities in Facebook. So we also explore the correlations between textual data and the meta features from Facebook, such as number of likes, reactions, and so on. So our method we collect the data using a tool called CrowdTangle. So this tool is very useful where you can set a string search, and with this string, the tool returns you posts with that string that you set. So we define two search strings. The first one is with terms in Portuguese about depression. So these terms, we get these terms with the systematic review from literature. So we have terms like depressão, deprimido, depressive, angústia, which are the synonyms, which are the similar terms for English, like depression, depressed, depressive, anguish, distress. So with these terms, we found the posts from Facebook that discuss depression, and from these communities that we get, we select those ones that explicitly tells about depression in the community name. So we manually selected these communities. So with this data and this futures data, we apply some textual analysis. We have used Luke, which is a very common tool, and it's also a lexical. So we have some kind of dictionary where each word has scores for some categories, some features. So we use this tool to analyze the text, and it's a very well established tool in the literature. So we use it basically the processing module where we get 4 basic scores, 4 basic metrics: cloud, authentic, emotional tone, and analytical thinking. We explore a little more after. But well, the data that we get were collected in the month of September on 2022. And in this month in Brazil specifically, we discuss about mental health. It's a very, very common term. And in this month, we get data from these communities, and we get from English-speaking communities. So in this word cloud at right, so we get expressions and the most used words like depression, life, anxiety. And for the communities in Portuguese, which are 7 communities, so we have more posts, we have some terms that are not well related. So, sorry. Okay, 2 minutes. So we translated this term to English, and we found very similar terms like depression, anxiety, and so on. So if we count the number of use of each term, we found that the terms are the same for both communities. So for Portuguese communities or English communities, we have found the same terms like anxiety, depression, people, life. And this is very interesting because independently of the community, we have the same terms. So let's run. So for the metrics from Luke, we have the distribution for each post. So what we found, we found that people that are talking about depression, they have a high score authenticity, which means that people are really authentic on their thoughts, on their textual data. Emotional tone are very low, so people are talking about something really bad, in this case about their mental health. Analytical thinking is a low score, meaning that people are using words, not formal words, so they are very spontaneously. Okay, we explore also the correlations, but in this case we didn't find good scores for correlations between the CrowdTangle features and the Luke features. So the correlation are among the features from the same technology. And the discussion is that in this work, we explore this data from these communities, and not our analyzed messages are related to mental health directly, and that's a problem. Another problem is about the version of the Luke used to analyze Portuguese data. we have this translation, and this some kind works, but it's not the perfect scenario. We also have to claim that a lot of data are not related to depression. A lot of communities do not talk about depression. They talk about religion and so on. And we have the not the anxiety, but the need to explore more data, and shows a very promising scenario, very promising area. So thank you very much, and you can find more information about me and my mail. We can talk a lot about this article if you want. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Silas. So do we have any questions